I once asked Spielberg to name his favorite private moment in Jaws, and he said it was the scene you're about to see, in which Roy Scheider, the police chief, swears at having to dish out some scraps for the shark. We laugh at that, and then we see something that stops our laughter.
Stop playing with yourself, Hooper. Slow ahead, if you please. You heard him. Slow ahead. Slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this. You're going to need a bigger boat.
Great line. That was the first time we see the Jaws in Jaws, and it's a full hour into the movie, and that's one of the secrets of Spielberg, that he was wise enough not to show us his monster right away, as was done with the subsequent Jaws pictures that he did not direct. And what he liked about that scene was, you hear we bleeped out what Roy Scheider says, but he said he would sit in the back of an audience, and he would wait for that moment because the audience would laugh when they heard the obscenity and then scream. And so he turned a laugh, he said he enjoyed turning a laugh into a scream. And when you know that about him, then you can tell that Spielberg obviously enjoys manipulating his audience. I like the idea of him sitting back there waiting for that moment, guiding and directing the audience. And it's true, when you are in a Spielberg film, there is a sense that someone else is in control of your mind and your eyes. He is not just content to throw random pictures at us. He wants to run us and run us ragged, and we certainly experienced that in Jaws, the film that made him a star director.
There's no doubt in my mind that Steven Spielberg makes just about the best pictures of anybody for seeing with an audience. I remember seeing Jaws in 1975 with about 1,200 people in Chicago. The audience would levitate simultaneously, 1,200 people, and then they would come down laughing with relief in a way because there was fear in the reason that they were scared and so forth. This is interesting, the way that he does what Hitchcock used to say that he liked to do, play the audience like a piano.
And I'll tell you another thing that he's doing. You're right about Suburbia. You have it in Duel, and you also certainly have it in Jaws with this exclusive little island. Here's Roy Scheider away from the big city cop, and now he's on the island, and these incredible things happen. And I think what Spielberg also knows, because he grew up in Suburbia, is that he imagines he's the filmmaker now for the shopping center theater. Think about it. You have all these suburban people. It's not downtown with the people dressing up going to movies anymore. It's all these people driving into the parking lot, going to the suburban theater. They're boring. They're all dressed with the same little emblems on their clothes. They go in, and wow, they see people just like them, and then boom, something exciting happens. You got all these people hoping that something will happen to them that's exciting in their suburbs, and he delivers it.
Jaugust. Jaugust. Jaugust, it is Jaugust, where I will be watching Jaws each day. Podcast, got a podcast, but I'm not quite sure what I will say. The choice of this time might give you pause, 'cause it has nothing to do with Jaws. Jaugust, it is Jaugust, where every day I will watch Jaws and talk about Jaws. It helps if you like Jaws.
15 days ago, I was a young 43-year-old
strikingly handsome podcaster with a dream. And since that time, I'm now a 44-year-old, moderately handsome podcaster living that dream. And in that time, ladies and gentlemen, I've watched Jaws every effing day, including today, which is why I'm talking about it for the 15th straight day. Thank God I chose Jaws and I didn't do Sawgust, where I watched Saw 15 days in a row. Oh, look, the puppet guy, chopped someone's face off again, or whatever happened in the first Saw. Actually, the first Saw was pretty good. But the point is that not a day goes by that I am not grateful that I decided to do this project with an amazing movie. A movie that to this day, 15 days in, I am still noticing things. So, two things I want to mention. One thing I noticed myself, never before. Another thing, I was talking to my friend, and he brought this to my attention. So I'm going to talk about his idea first. And I swear, I think he's told me this before, but I never looked, I never noticed, never thought of it. So we all know that Chrissy is killed, and then Alex is killed, and then they're gearing up for the 4th of July in Amity. Big summertime. You think summer, you think warm, beautiful, inviting, lush greenery. Well, when Hooper arrives in Amity and all the fishermen are going out to catch that shark, it wasn't a macaw, it wasn't a great white. Wait, what kind of shark was it again?
It's a tiger shark.
Oh, what? That's right, a tiger shark. I knew that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is when Hooper shows up, he gets off the little boat. Bed Gardner helps him. He says, "Hello, young feller." No, he says, "Hi." He goes, hello back, young feller." Look on the trees in the background. There's not a leaf on a tree. Which my friend said, did they film that in April? I think he might have said. He knows. He's seen Jaws way more than I have. But will he be on the podcast? Did he even know about Narragansett? Stupid bastard. He won't listen, so it doesn't matter. But yes, I looked, and there are no leaves on the trees in the middle of summer. Now look, you can have cool, cold days where you're going to wear jean jackets and knit caps and cool orange jackets. I think it was an orange jacket the guy with the dynamite had. I don't know. But yes, there are cool days, especially by the water. But there will be vegetation. There will be life on these trees. And the fact that he pointed that out to me, and now I can't not see it. I thought that was a fun little thing. More like not quite a mistake. It's just kind of dealing with the hand that you're dealt, working with the hand you're dealt. And the fact that Hooper shows up in the middle of the summer and there's no leaves on the trees, it is what it is. Speaking of that time, I liked the small, was it the same guy who said, "A what?" when he did not know what chumming was? Because he's like, "What's that guy doing?" And the other guys in his boat is saying, "He's chumming." He's like, What's chumming? He didn't even know what chumming was. And he's out there shark fishing. So that little line actually was a nice little addition to show how unprepared a lot of these guys were. They were just gung-ho, ready to get out there and try to collect their $3,000 from a grieving mother. Was that Mrs. Kittner's dad, who came with her to go slap Brody, she was like, wait, I think there he is. We're looking for you, Chief Brody. We've been driving all over town for you. What for? Okay, gotta go. Because that dude, now she's not old, but she's older for a mom. And maybe that has to be Alex's granddad, right? The guy doesn't say a peep. He just stands there, but he's probably, like, I'll call him Abraham Kintner. Mrs. Kintner, Alice's. No, wait, yeah, Abraham. Is it Alice Kintner? Alex, Allison. Yeah, of course he's Abraham. That's just how these families roll. They like, alliteration. Going through my notes here, and you know what? I was thinking about this. So the moment where the guys are on the dock and they are, with the holiday roast, the roast gets taken, and you see that as evidence of the tire float being taken, because again, we're not seeing the shark for whatever reason, whether it's, at the beginning of this, there was a very cool Siskel and Ebert clip that I found, and it talked about how Spielberg's the master of not showing the shark. And as much as that is true, I think a lot of it was because the shark wasn't working too. I mean, I always thought it was just an artistic choice, but it was kind of like a solution, more like it, really. So anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, yes, the holiday roast guys. So pulls the dock down, and boom, in the water, and he's like, "Swim for it, Charlie! Swim! Don't look back! Don't look back!" And the dock, swimming is getting pulled away because the shark. I almost called him Jaws. The shark is pulling away with the holiday roast. Came in, got the roast, and takes off. And then the dock turns around. Now, the dock is not where the shark is, right? The chain is so long that I feel like once the dock actually turned around from the chain getting caught and turning with it, that Charlie would have already been Chumley. Boom, nailed it. Awesome. Make a t-shirt. He would have already been eaten. So I have and then of course we see he's swimming as hard as he can, gets up, and the dock just washes up on shore. So I'm assuming, I'm guessing that he didn't outswim the shark, and maybe the shark turned real quick, saw the water was too shallow, and turned off. But the tide is what brought the dock in, not the shark. That's my theory of the day. Because after 15 effing days, you got to come up with something. My wife came into me today into the kitchen area, and she pulled up Goose Rocks Beach on Instagram and showed it to me. Goose Rocks Beach is in Kennebunkport, Maine. I was in Wells, Maine. The shark report was in Wells, Maine. And yet on the beach in Kennebunk was a note about a shark sighting. Not where I was, not where the shark was actually in the town the shark was actually seen. That would have been too exciting. No. Couldn't have worked out like that way. Had to be over at Goose Rocks, which is a very nice beach, but much less parking. I just wanted to bring that up because yesterday was fun, and I have to admit, I'm not going to lie. So there was this guy who walked by, after I was recording, sat down. We just kind of sat in chairs and just kind of people watch, play on our phone, look in the water, and just kind of chill. And this guy walks by, and he's like, "Oh, how's the water?" I'm like, "Oh, it's nice." And then he goes in for a little bit, pops out. And then I turn around, and I see him putting flippers on and a snorkel and a mask. And look, this is going to sound bad, okay? But when he went into the ocean that I was told just yesterday there was a shark sighting in, and he went in with flippers and a mask and a snorkel and started swimming out, there was a small, albeit terrible, part of me that thought in the back of my mind, oh, wow, imagine if, and I'm not even going to say it because you can put two and two together. You understand. But yeah, that happened. But that was the closest thing I got to real life shark this month. My friend I was talking to earlier, I think, is going to Topsfield to go see Jaws in a drive-in. And I don't think, as much as I'd love to go do that, I don't know if I can swing that. I don't know if I can figure that out just to go to a drive-in. I don't know if I even want to. I like, the less I'm around people, the better. Except you. Well, actually, who am I kidding? There's not that many people. I'm social distancing from my audience. Boom, nailed it. Jaws forever. Ooh, baby, baby. So I'm rambling, but I'm like going through my other notes. I'm trying to save some of these notes for future times, like so I don't just kind of say it all at once and then I'm done. I wrote down this. I love when they first see the shark. Quint and Hooper are excited, and Brody is just scared to death. I feel like I've said that already. I love the excitement. Quint's like, gotta get to work. Hooper's like, come on, babe, beautiful, beautiful, and he's trying to take pictures. And Brody is like, just, we gotta go back, right? I'm not, you want me out there? I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna be, for perspective. So I'm sure I've talked about that. One thing also, we talk about the air tank. I feel like I've said this already. I said this, foreshadowing. There's a lot of foreshadowing in this movie. Obviously, we see the tank in the book that Brody is reading. We see the tank be brought up that Martin pulls the wrong knot, and if you mess around with these things, they're gonna blow up. And then of course, Quint's like, I don't know what he's gonna. That's a lot of great equipment you got there, Mr. Hooper. I'm not sure what good it is. Maybe he'll eat it. We saw one eat a rocking chair once. Sonar, radar, electric toothbrushes. So again, they mention eating the equipment. Then later, they when they finally decide for Hooper to go into the tank, they grab into the shark cage. They grab one tank, bring it out to Hooper. Then Brody goes in and grabs something off the table. They pan back on the table, and they show the other tank, and they hold it for a second, and they pull it away. Now, hindsight shows, oh look, there's the tank. Hindsight talks about how important these tanks are. So it's cool. Like when you're just watching it the first time, you're not even thinking these things. I just thought that was really cool. And then another foreshadowing moment is when Hooper is driving the boat. And Quint is like, when they're trying to run down the shark. At this point, Brody actually seems excited. He has a big smile on his face. And they're like, he goes, run him down, full throttle. He's like, and Hooper said, she can't take it, or it can't take it. I forget what they call the orca. It won't take it. But he knew not to rev this boat up high enough. Even though it's Quint's boat, you think the captain would know best. And the last thing I want to talk about today is something that I absolutely had never seen before until today. So we're on the beach, and these kids show up with the fake fin. And then all hell breaks loose. And people are rushing out of the water. Men are stealing rafts from children. Old people who are trying to just have their sunscreen absorbed are getting trampled. And then people are getting helped out of the water. And if you watch this happening, there are a few people that are in white shirts, long pants, and ties. And the first thing I think of is this some sort of cult? What is this? Is this like, who are these kids? Why are they dressed up this way? They're probably some sort of staff, but I didn't know is there a beach hotel? They must be hotel staff, something. I'm not sure. but they looked more like, like they should be ringing on doorbells trying to get you to convert. But one of these guys has like his hair tied back, and he is laughing and having a ball. And, I talked about how this movie has all these things going on at once, and you got to kind of get things perfect. I guess it's as close to perfect as you can get, because, obviously you wouldn't want to see this kid laughing and smiling unless he knows. Oh, I'm writing a little backstory myself. This son of a bitch knows. He's friends with the kids. Now, he's too old to be friends with them, but maybe he knows already that it's a hoax. I don't know. There's another dude in the background I just noticed now. I'm looking at this screenshot I grabbed. That he's got a big afro, and he's got a big smile on his face too. So a couple of these teenagers that are just probably local kids who are there, like, just going to pretend to help them get out of the water. Maybe they didn't even know they were filming. Maybe this is like, you sometimes, as a filmmaker, you think you have so many chances to get the shot, and you get the shot and you do your best with it, And to me, it seems like maybe either it was one of those things where this is the best you could get, or they didn't notice it, or they think nobody will notice it because it was so quick. And again, it took me 15 times to notice it, and I noticed it today. So if you look right when people are getting pulled out of the water, you'll see a couple of guys with a shirt and tie, and I think there's a girl there too. She is at least helping someone. So maybe the fact that there's a girl shows me that they're actually staff, but they seem a little young. So I don't know. Maybe there is a cult. Maybe there is a cult in Amity. Who knows? But I wanted to point that out because this kid is having way too much fun when other people are thinking they're about to get eaten. Yep, that's it, my friends. I think I'm done. I think I've done it. I think I've spoken enough. And there's been a lot of just kind of straight, fun, straight talking episodes. But as I've told you, coming up next week, we will be having guests on the show. There will be Jaws superfans ringing in to tell me everything they love about Jaws. Hopefully tell me things I've gotten wrong. And also they should be prepared to answer a few questions. Bum, bum, bum. But until then, I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for having fun with me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @GeekMentality. That's where just about all the information I'm doing about Jawgust can be found on a daily basis, every day, day in and day out. Now, you can also find me on Instagram, but I don't do as much on there. And it's also Geek Mentality. The website is fansnotexperts.com. You'll find everything you can possibly care about Jawgust or Geek Mentality there. And that's it. We have a Facebook page, Fans Not Experts. You could hit like on Fans Not Experts and then don't do anything else. Just go on Facebook, search Fans Not Experts, hit the like button, and then you could even hide us if you want. I don't care. All I care about is the likes. Really, all I'm doing is posting links to these episodes, which you've already found because you're listening, right? Right. Until tomorrow, my friends, it's Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Sunday fun day. Guess what I'm going to do? Watch Jaws. Cool. Until then, see you tomorrow. Have a great night. And here is my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe, 'cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode. Fans Not Experts.